My grandmother was a really wonderful lady. She was a very devout Catholic, and she raised my dad to be a Catholic too. But, when Dad got married, and he kind of drifted away from the church, and we didn't really leave God per se. Just God wasn't the head of the family. That was the big difference, I think. As my brother and sister and I grew older, the family began to search for a church. We wanted to find some place to associate with, and we looked at a lot, and we finally settled on the Presbyterian Church. We had a good time. It was really great, but it wasn't the total commitment to church that you like to think about. So I went off into the military, and it was about that time that my dad really discovered the Lord. And when he found the Lord, he was totally committed. If you called the house, my dad would answer the phone and he'd say, "Jesus loves you, and so do I." And he meant every word of it. Such a rush. For me, things were a little different. I missed that period of growth in my dad. It was so extreme, and yet for me, I was still stumbling around, doing my own thing and not really connected with anything. And still, again, no real commitment to the Lord. You know, it was just you go when you felt like it, you know, and that kind of thing, and to make you feel better. And I didn't have to go next week because I went last week, you know. And until I went overseas. When I went overseas, things were a little different. I was still banging around, being pretty selfish with my life, and that's when I met Jan. It didn't take long for me to recognize how special she is. The Bible calls them godly women. Jan was very patient in walking me through these things, because for the first time in my church life, I was getting answers for things, not platitudes or things like that. I was getting real answers. And those answers made a difference. All the time before, I had been doing a lot of thinking for God. You know, I don't think He wants me to go to church every Sunday. I don't think He'd mind me going out Saturday night. And they taught me what it was. And then I stopped thinking for God, and I started listening to Him. And in October of 1980, I was baptized by my father-in-law.